Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Season 2 of Hardcore Mode. It is round 2 tonight. We're heading to Jeddah for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And what a rough start to the season we've had. Oh, yeah. Bahrain was not nice to us at all. Way more off the pace than I thought we would be, to the point where we really struggled. And in the end, I decided to just throw in the towel, save some wear on the car, and retire both of our drivers. Not an ideal way to kick off Season 2. Or our attempts to climb up the rankings a little bit. Still, we will try and do as well as we can here tonight. We are basically in a real bind at the moment until we get the next set of upgrades on the car. We are working on 5 new parts right now, so they can't come soon enough. Essentially, let's just overview as to exactly what it is we are building right now. We have a new chassis. Oh, it's only 4 parts that we're working on. I thought it was 5, but 4 new parts coming. We've got a new chassis coming, a new underfloor, a new rear wing. These are our second versions already, as you can see, Mark 3s, and a new Mark 3 side pod also in production. There was a 5th part, I've just remembered. It's a suspension, which is being manufactured, but will not be ready in time until Melbourne at the earliest. So, yeah, we need these parts ASAP. The main plan, I think, is to have all of these hopefully ready for Bahrain. Sorry, not Bahrain, for Jeddah, with the exception of the new underfloor. I don't think we're going to get that in time, or at least for both cars at Jeddah. Baku. Brain is all over the place tonight. Yeah, the chassis, the rear wing, the side pods, and the suspension will all definitely be ready for Baku. I don't know about the underfloor, hopefully, but that might be more a case of Miami or even Imola. We'll see. And maybe we'll have at least one suspension for Melbourne. Ideally we'd have both, but we've got to take these upgrades as they come, and hope that they do provide significant improvements. Our chassis, we found out last night, was the worst on the grid by quite comfortably. So we've put everything into this chassis. All of our hours for this ATR period have gone straight into this chassis. Hopefully that will be a nice step forward, because those values, as you can see, are not good. They're not good at all. And as I say, we are building on the strength of already a pretty good underfloor and a very good rear wing with upgraded versions of those, which should hopefully provide more performance. And same with the side pods as well. We've improved our engine cooling a bit. Now it's time to focus on drag reduction a little bit. So, yeah. Can I add more engineers to the underfloor to get it out sooner? I can, but at the same token, or by the same token, I don't want to do that, because I want to try and maximize our research gain. Our expertise gain. You earn a set amount of expertise for every day that the project is in development, and so if you put more engineers on, it reduces the number of days, which reduces your overall expertise gain, which means the next subsequent part gets less of a boost. And we will be doing another underfloor at some point later in the season, so I want to make sure that when we do drop that one, it has as big a head start as possible. Same with the rear wing. Plus, the rear wing only takes like 3 days to manufacture on its own, so we can get that out very quickly. And whereas we probably couldn't rush them out for Melbourne, we've got a big gap between Melbourne and Baku, so it makes sense to, as far as the rest of these parts, just concentrate on getting good quality parts and go from there. Right, tonight our targets are going to be pretty low based on what happened last night. One car into Q2 is probably the best we can do, so we'll try one in 15th. We should just about, I hope, be able to manage that. And then fastest lap, not going to happen. Guarantee one in the top 15. I'm not going to guarantee that. We didn't have pace for the top 15 last night, and so I'm not going to set up a new streak either. We'll wait until we get some more upgrades on the car and improve its performance before we start making streak guarantees and finish position guarantees. But hopefully we can continue to out-qualify the car, which is something that we are particularly good at. So we'll take it from there. There's one other thing I want to check as well. I was asked last night, and I forget who it was. Someone wanted to know when, I think it might have been Mr. Watt, wanted to know when Hamilton was going to retire, and he said at the end of this season is his guess. I said, we'll take a look at his contract, and then we didn't do that, so let's do it now. Let's have a look. So, Lewis Hamilton has renegotiated a 2-year deal on $29.5 million. Ooh, that's expensive. That's very expensive. So we've got Hamilton for 2 more years in the game. He'll be around for this season and next, and then after that, who knows? Maybe he'll retire, maybe he'll go into free agency and sit out for a year. Maybe he'll re-sign, or maybe he'll move to another team. We just don't know. Right. Let's head to Jeddah.
We're here in Jeddah, where the tension is boiling as we head into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We're on the shores of the Red Sea in the shade of Jeddah's skyscrapers. This might be a dream setting, but as we know, in Formula One, not all dreams come true. Jeddah Corniche circuit is hot and high-powered, demanding speed for the straights and a high grip level through corners that are tight to the barriers. Starting tyre choices will be crucial here, with teams ever mindful of opportunities that a safety car could give.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. But as it's only round 2, there's still plenty of time for that to change.
So, let the weekend begin.
So, hello to Baron, hello to Bloated Hedgehog, hello to everyone else who is watching but has yet to say anything in the chat. Good to see you all. Let's see if we can improve our standing after tonight's race, because I don't know if I could stomach another Bahrain. That was pretty brutal. We're going to start on the hard tyres, and let's see, setup-wise. Let's start with Lawson's car. Let's go with a 7, an 11, a 9-1, a 3.5 and a 0. Good evening, Victor. We're going to go 18 laps for a run here at Jeddah. Drop those pace settings down. And for Oscar, let's see, what do I do with Oscar? Let's go a bit more intense on this one. Let's go with a 9 on the front wing, a 10.5, a 7.3, a 3.5, and a 0.15. There we go. And again, we'll go 18 laps, drop those settings down. And let's see which one of our 2 drivers has the slight edge going into tonight's Grand Prix. Last night, Lawson had a slight edge in qualifying and was maybe less than a tenth, just a few hundredths quicker on general pace than Piastri. But they're both very, very evenly matched. And maybe the characteristics of their stats will favour one over the other in different ways at different circuits. Evening, moderator Farah. How are you?
bit less curb.
Yeah, copy.
I am cautiously a little more optimistic about tonight's race compared to last night's, even though we've got no improvements to the car, simply because of the nature of this circuit. This is a circuit that is very much dominated from the second half of the lap is dominated by DRS. You get out of sector 1, out of the big sweeping left-hand, I suppose you could call it hairpin. It's quite a fast hairpin, but that long curve that Piastri just went through. And then it's all DRS, all the way through to the end of the lap. Our DRS is actually pretty strong. So if we can stay close enough through that twisty first sector, we have a chance of doing something tonight. It's just a question of whether or not our car can hold on through sector 1. If it can, I think we'll be in decent shape to try and get top 15 tonight.
Any feedback?
It's fine.
Copy.
A small lift off 12 the tires. Yeah, copy.
So fingers crossed, it could be a slightly more comfortable experience tonight, but I'm still not expecting miracles. Good evening, Mr. Water. We have a 92% setup for Lawson and a 70% for Piastri. So some work needed on Oscar's car for sure. Just a little tinkering needed for Lawson. Tonight might be a good indicator as to what kind of pace we can expect at Melbourne as well. Again, it's a circuit that is dominated by DRS. You've got that double DRS at the start, on the start-finish straight. Then after turns 1 and 2, you've got another DRS straight coupled to that first one. And then you've got the DRS straight around the remodel section on the back before the fourth DRS zone. So again, having a powerful DRS that we do, 7th overall at the moment, does give me a glimmer of hope. And there are less intense sections at Melbourne than there are here as well. So we might potentially go even a little bit better at Melbourne than we do here. Plus, we should hopefully have at least one of the new suspensions available. So whether or not we throw that on for Melbourne will not really matter. Right, let's take a look at our setups. So we need an 8.2 here. Now, I do have an 8.2, and that is another simple one. It's an 8.11, 8.2, 3.5, and a 0. Let's have a look at that. Small changes where needed. Not quite enough of a change on the toe. Probably a bit too much on the front wing angle, so I'm just going to drop that back to a 7.5. Do I have a 7.511? Yeah, 7.511, 8.2, 3.5 and a 0. Yeah, let's go with that. That is a 100% setup in my book. Let's take a look at Oscar. This one needs some serious work. We are way off, so that needs to be an 11.5. Now, I do have a couple of 11.5 setups. I'm going to go 6.5, 11.5, 9.1, 3.5 and 0. And we'll try that. We'll see if that works. Evening, horrific. And once again, you can see the difference between our two drivers is negligible. We're talking 19 thousandths of a second between their best laps so far. So they are very, very similarly matched in pace. And what is also encouraging is we're on hard tyres right now. And we're running, our slow pace settings, and we're running, to avoid the curbs and in clean air, which also slows us down even more. We are not the slowest car in practice. We're half a second quicker than the Hulkenberg, who is also running hard tyres. And we're only a couple of tenths off Leclerc, who is suspiciously slow, actually, at 1.9 seconds. Hulkenberg's time can't be genuine. Surely. Well, it must be. Let's take a look, actually. What is Hulkenberg pootling around at the moment? He's doing 132s. And his best time was set recently. So that to me suggests that was a DRS slipstream bonus. So he's doing 132s. What are we doing? Let's have a look. Last lap. We're also doing 132s. Okay. But yeah, we're not the slowest car, despite running in these saver settings. So, like I said, that DRS that we've got, that is, 7th overall. It's the fourth best DRS on the grid. That's cause for, some decent optimism for tonight, I think. All right, Mr. Water, Farah, I know you are both players who might well have tried this. Train Life, a railway simulator. Any good or not? Because the Orient Express edition, which is the game, plus the Orient Express expansion, is on sale in the new end of year, under £20 sales for, I think, less than £11. Is it worth a go or not? Because I'm tempted, but I don't want to waste my money if one of you already played it and think it's rubbish. And if anyone else has played it, again, do chime in and let me know what you think of it.
Copy.
And how's the car?
Okay, it's a substantial improvement for Oscar. A little work still needed. What about Liam? Did we nail Liam? Yes, we did. Excellent stuff.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
So we've already lost one car.
Let's have a look as we go into the
brought out
13th
that VSC. And now Stroll has got a
There's
whoopsie.
clear contact there. Now their confidence will have taken a hit with that.
Yeah, I had a quick look at a trailer before tonight's stream, and it looks like it has elements of Truck Sim in that you create routes, hire staff, and they run routes for you. And like I said, I didn't know if it was worth a go or not. Okay, not a bad first practice. Let's increase our fuel load up to 26 laps. Don't need to make any changes to Lawson's car. We do need to make a small change to Oscar. So let's go 7, 11.5, 9.1, 3.45. No, we'll leave that as is. That is moving me the right way on braking stability. Yeah, we'll try. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll give that a go. Might need another tweak after this as well, but it should hopefully move us in the right direction. Yeah, there's no rush. I mean, it just went on sale, so I'm guessing it's going to be on sale for a while yet. Okay, so I deliberately sent my drivers out close because I wanted to see, with the similarity in pace between our drivers, whether or not they could stay close to each other. And it does look as though the dirty air through Sector 1 is causing some problems. Piastri definitely dropped back. But his pace seems to have stabilised. Now he's out of the dirty air. So that's a little worrying. Having to contend with cars behind them at the moment, putting pressure on all. Piastri's clear now.
What's your limitation?
And excellent stuff. That is Oscar at 100% as well. So both of those setups are in the book. Don't need to worry about adding those in. Again, you can see they're just kind of fluctuating on their lap times a little bit. 10th here, 10th there. But they're keeping pretty close. So my biggest worry about this race is going to be the dirty air through Sector 1. I think once we get through Sector 1, our DRS will kick in and we'll be in pretty good shape. But it's getting through that sector. Yeah, we'll talk later, Ferrari. But I'm still interested. Right then, final practice. 15 laps. That should be enough, actually, I think. Don't need a particularly long running session, although I would like our drivers to be a little bit more prepped. Without putting them on dirty air and avoiding curves, can Piastri stay closer to Lawson? That might be why he's losing ground through the first sector, and it looks like it might be. Yeah, okay, that is a bit more encouraging. So let's slap them back onto full protection mode. Well, this will cheer you up, Farah. Hamilton is bottom of the timing tables right now. Wow, we're not quite there. Let's keep them out a little bit longer. So we couldn't quite get them all the way up there, but it was close. I'm very happy with them being at 99%. I will happily take that. So now we just need to see how well we can qualify and how fast we go backwards in the race. Again, looking at the top of the timings, it is Aston Aston that are taking the challenge to Red Bull. Although Ferrari seem a little bit closer this time. Gasly's up there again. I wonder if he can actually hold position this time. It's not Lewis's swan-song season. We checked at the beginning of the stream. He is under contract for 2 more years. While we enjoy this little bit of Mass Effect music, as I like to call it, I'm actually sitting in my extremely comfortable Mass Effect outfit that I got from BioWare on N7 Day. They had the Normandy SR2 crew lounge set. It's a really soft, comfy t-shirt and a pair of jogging bottoms. And they finally turned up yesterday. We had 2 sets and a cap. And it's lovely. It's so comfy. Really, really glad I bit the bullet and bought them, because I've been wanting them for a while, but I just didn't want to pay the prices that they were, including shipping from the States, and with the N7 discounts, then it made it a bit more worthwhile.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Jeddah's high-speed street circuit is rather prone to yellow and red flags during qualifying, as drivers and walls often meet. Strategists will be looking for the perfect gap, but need to make sure drivers get their lap in. Now this is a driver with confidence, and that's clear from their performance today. But will that confidence pay off? We'll have to wait and see.
What does today have in store? Only time will tell.
I'll think about the pick. He might just see the clothing and not me. I don't know yet. We'll see. Right then, quali. Car looks in okay shape right now, although the gearbox is wearing out a little bit faster than I would like. Let's send them to the track and see how we do. Can we get both cars out of Q1?
It should be green now. Good warm up on brakes.
Copy.
So let's prepare the lap. Copy.
So I'm running him in this order for this first one. I'm going to try and do a slipstream game for Oscar, and then we'll flip the order and send him out again straight afterwards, and have Oscar give Liam a bit of a tow, if it works, that is. Hoping the distance is enough that I'll get the tow and allow Piastri to close up by a good 2, 3, 4 tenths as the lap progresses. It might be just a touch too far apart, I'm not too sure. But it worked quite well for Lawson getting a tow behind Tsunoda in Q1 at Bahrain, so maybe it'll work here for us as well. I think they might be just a touch too far apart. Well, maybe not. Oscar is quicker in the first sector. It's going to be close now. This is where I'm expecting Oscar to be a little bit quicker. He is. I think he's just about picking up a very distant tow. Sector. Going for the run to the line. Lawson a 1:27.6. Oscar
Delta stay negative.
1:27.4, so he's 2 tenths quicker.
Okay, copy.
Follow the reference. This is E-lap. This is E-lap.
And Oscar's less than a second away from Perez. Let's flip him round. Send him straight back out. And I'll probably try and get them a little closer this time. Just make sure that they don't try and overtake each other. Oh well, they're definitely going to be close enough to each other now. Right, Max must have had a little bit of a hold-up somewhere because he's between our two cars right now. That is not expected at all. I think Lawson's probably a little bit too close.
Nice big gap ahead. Go one.
But this should give him a really nice slipstream. Oscar's up there at the moment. I think he was quicker through that first sector than Liam as well. No improvement though. But we should definitely see improvement for Lawson in the second and third sectors. No. Ah, that ruined. I think Oscar's okay. I don't know if he had the lift. That's a big lift. Okay, so lap is ruined for both drivers. Let's not even bother putting extra mileage on those tyres or the car. We'll call them both in.
Oscar. So follow pit lane speed limiter, obviously. And stop on the marks.
That's annoying. Right, let's prep them with new tyres. But I'm going to wait. Might not... Didn't actually put new tyres on there. Might not need to send them out. Probably will, but... We'll see. Oh wait, the Ferraris have yet to set a time. We're faster than Sainz. Sainz must have been held up. Leclerc in 8th. So, we're going to need to give Lawson the tow because he's the one at risk. Let's see how the other cars do. There's a lot of traffic whizzing round. If we're going to go, we kind of need to go now. Haas are going to be slipstreaming. And we're going out behind Tsunoda, I think. So we might get a beneficial tow from Tsunoda here.
So caution, Gasly immediately behind. So start to work on the front brake tank.
Oh wow, Lawson's in front. Okay, that's not good. Unless he stays close enough to Yuki. Which I don't think he is. Right, well, we can't swap him over now. That would just mess things up royally. So, as long as one of our cars gets through, I'll be okay with that. Get them both through, that would be much better. I don't think we've got anyone speeding up behind us either, so I don't think we're going to get pulled out of the way. I'm going to try and be really clever here. Where is Lawson? There he is. Nope. Have I misjudged this? I might have misjudged this.
Push one step more on tires. Copy.
Ah, damn it, I did. Hoping to close up on Yuki right before he started his flying lap, but I went a bit too soon. And they're too far apart to slipstream each other as well. I just got to hope that the fresh rubber is going to be enough for Lawson. Let's see, where's Sainz? We know he's likely to improve. He's got clean traffic. Neither driver's improved in the first sector. That's worrying.
This is check the flag.
Sainz improves. Alright, the Alphas are on in-laps, so they're not improving. Obviously the Haas drivers are both on push laps right now. Magnussen getting the slipstream from Hulkenberg. They really should have done that the other way round, given where Hulkenberg is. Maybe they're just trying to make sure one of their cars gets through. We haven't improved at all. That is not good. Magnussen gets there. Neither of our drivers improved. What about Yuki? Is he going to knock us out? Please don't knock us out, Yuki. Think of the good times we had. There we go. We just sneaked through. Oh, so yeah, we are still slow. I'm a little concerned as well. That's twice in a row now. 2 races in a row. We've gone out on brand new tyres at the end of the first qualifying session and not improved with either car. That's not good. Right, it's Oscar who sneaks through this time. Let's see how high up the grid we can get him.
Green light now. Follow
28.4 is a slow time, but we've built that confidence level up. And I'm going to put him out on 2 flying laps on the other tyres this time. Because the one run at the end of the session doesn't seem to be working for us. Once again, Hamilton is off the pace. Dramatically off the pace.
We focus on tyres and brakes. Tyres and brakes.
We're digging out in front of the Williams, which is on an in-lap, so we're not going to risk getting held up at the start of our flying lap. Got no one whizzing up behind us, so this should be a clear lap. It's the next one that might be an issue. Hammer down. There he goes.
Straight out, track is clear. This is in lap.
We should see improvements in all sectors here, given how rubbish the tyres were for the first lap. It's whether or not we can improve on the second flying lap that's going to interest me. Got Oscar back into peak confidence just in time for his second flying lap. And he's into the top 10. Okay, that is more like it. 54 thousandths of a second faster than Albon. That's pretty tight. Can we sneak a little bit more? And it makes me think, what could we have done with Lawson if we'd been able to get them both through? We're not going through. Sainz is definitely going to improve. Gasly is definitely going to improve. Those two alone are going to knock us out. We may see an improvement from Hamilton, but who knows? Magnussen may sneak through. I still think we're going to end up around 14th, 15th, maybe 13th if we're lucky. But if we can find a little bit more on this next lap, who knows? Maybe we could get 11th or 12th. Right, here we go.
Track is clear. A recharge, off and push.
Still in peak confidence. Some nice little boost. And now I've got that green sector's got my attention. We're less than 500ths behind Zhou. If we can find enough on this lap and Zhou doesn't improve, we can jump to second, Williams. No improvement in the middle. Magnussen has improved. That's knocked us out. Sainz is out. Oh wow, Sainz is out. Come on, strong final sector. It's not enough. We're 11th. Right, what about everyone else? Albon's on a flyer. He's behind Hamilton, who's also on a flyer. Oh, Hamilton got held up. Which means Albon might have got held up as well. Gasly does improve to 4th. Albon's up to 8th. Hamilton is out, and he's slower than Oscar. That little hold up there kept us in 13th. Magnussen knocked out in the end. Norris exactly 1 second slower than Max, just squeaking through. Oh, a little bit of drama there at the end of Q2. Right, let's take a look at the Q3 results. And it's Alonso on pole from Leclerc, then Ocon. The Red Bulls are 4th and 5th. Then it's Stroll, Norris, Russell, Gasly and Albon. Well, well, well.
The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race.
Jeddah street circuit certainly makes the high speeds of F1 racing a thrilling affair. But even a world champion can be caught out in between the narrow walls, just as Max Verstappen found out in 2021. There are a few clouds here tonight, but the sky remains mostly clear. Will it stay this way, or will the weather throw a spanner in the works?
Well, the streets of Jeddah are abuzz, and the teams are nearly ready for the start of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
All right then, what can we do in the race? We're going to go mediums to softs, I think. No, we're going to go soft to medium. And just hope that we don't get an early safety car. Where are we starting actually with Lawson? 18th. Ooh. Yeah, we'll go medium to soft. Piastri though, I am going to go soft to medium. See if we can stay a little bit further forward. I'm going to throw in 2 extra laps of fuel so we can push hard. And let's see what we can do.
The drivers are lined up on the grid here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit, preparing for 50 flat-out laps under the lights. This race should be a good chance to see what Valtteri Bottas can manage.
I think they could have been higher up than 20th, but let's see if they can move forward from here.
Right, let's get to it then.
No one cares about Valtteri.
It's
That's going to come
almost
back and bite
time
me.
for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
We can fight. Yeah.
Right, Joe and Magnussen in front are on medium tyres, so we've got a chance to see if we can jump them quickly. Wilson could have his work cut out for him. Still can't get over how bad he started to qualify.
We need to cool the car.
Hoping he can maybe have a look at the inside there. Lawson now down in 20th. As medium tyres not working at the start here. Well, not for him anyway. Save some battery with him.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
And I'm going to try saving battery with Oscar as well. Because I don't think we're going to be able to punch our way through while everyone's so close like this.
Copy.
Just got to be wary of the fact that it will potentially leave us vulnerable to Hamilton behind if we start dropping back too quickly. Just want our drivers to get comfortable. I do want to think about some tyre saving in this first stint. So far, without battery, we are hanging on to the back of Joe nicely here, although Hamilton is right behind us.
Overtake button. Copy. DRS enabled. So it's P1313.
One more lap pushing the tyres hard. Lawson now needs to deploy.
Recharge on. Yeah.
Use energy. Yep, copy.
Overtake button. Copy.
You can back off a bit. Copy.
Come on, get through. Ah, nearly. I think we might be stuck here for a while.
Copy. Anti-deploy when you can. Copy.
Bring the pack up. Okay.
And we've kept Hamilton at bay. That is important. Although he's looking a bit sprightly now.
We need to focus on the energy now. Copy that.
Magnussen now vulnerable to Joe. We are not keeping pace as well as I would have liked. And Sainz now having a crack at Hamilton. And yeah, we're out of battery and it's hurting us. Maybe I went a little too soon on the battery. We did get Lawson up past Schumacher. Put him into top up now.
We can just focus on charging the pack. Copy.
Can we stay with Lewis? Can we keep Sainz behind? Confidence is still above starting value. With this pressure that we're under, Going to go to rarely defend. Try and stay on the racing line. So that stops us driving quite so defensively, because it's costing us lap time. It does mean we do run the risk of being overtaken by Sainz, but I think that is pretty much a foregone conclusion anyway. He's going to get past us. It's just a question of when that happens. If we can keep our on the racing line, we've got a better chance of staying with Hamilton than without. Here comes Sainz.
Deploy as much as you can.
Trying to hold him off.
Cover.
We can't, so we'll let Sainz through.
Charge on, charge on. Cover.
Only a little bit below. And let's get a medium overtake. And try and increase our chance of staying with Sainz as he closes in on the cars in front. He's going to break away from us pretty quickly. And that DRS already. That is bad. It's very bad. And now we're under pressure from Yuki, so I'm going to have to go back into neutral defence, I think. Tsunoda gets us, but we'll get the DRS off Tsunoda. It has put Oscar's confidence down into medium. Needs a couple of solid laps to get their confidence stabilised. Lawson's been re-overtaken, but he's fighting that off. Trying to. Let's put him into harvest.
Focus on bringing the pack back up. Lovely.
Already we're falling behind as well. I'm going to have to push him. Can't afford to get dropped by Yuki as well.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be stuck behind Zhou at the moment. But that's a temporary thing. Hamilton will surely get through at some point. As Yuki closes up to Sainz, we need to be close to Yuki so that as he gets within half a second or a couple of tenths, he doesn't stretch that gap to us.
Charge on,
There
charge on. Copy.
Doesn't mean we're going to burn these tyres harder than I would like.
No DRS available, no DRS available. Yeah.
Ah, god damn it. The lack of battery out the final corner has left us vulnerable to Hulkenberg, and that is another hit to our confidence. We're now neutral modifiers. Oh, these first few races are going to be rough. We just don't have enough pace in the car to fight back when we are in situations like this, and it's just compounded by the losing of confidence. This is why we're able to outperform the car in qualifying, because our confidence isn't taking big hits every time someone posts a faster time than us. Unlike in the race, someone posts a faster time and overtakes us, it hurts. It hurts in a big way. try and break away from Mick in this first sector. Oscar again is out of range.
And you are free to use the energy when you want.
Okay, then, copy.
I can't let him keep dropping down the order. It's just going to make him slower and slower every time it happens. But I've got no battery left, and I'm pushing these tyres already way harder than I wanted to. I'm going to have to switch him to a two-stop. Look how much those tyres are taking a hit.
Copy.
Let's do the same for Lawson. Oscar's smoothness rating is not good. It's definitely going to need some work. But if we don't push these tyres, we're just not going to be able to stay in range. We're being forced onto a two-stop because we'd be way too slow on the one-stop.
Charge on. Charge on.
Yeah.
Well, we have broken away from Schumacher.
Recharge on.
Copy.
We need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy, box.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Really don't want to have to double DNFs again tonight. We can only get away with that so often before the board just slaps me around the face with a wet fish.
No energy, bottom of the pack.
Copy.
If anyone's curious what I'm talking about there, just Google Monty Python's fish slapping dances. The greatest analogy as well of pay to win in video games.
Copy.
And still one of my favourite Monty Python sketches of all time, just because it's so absurd.
Copy.
Oh, big hit for Oscar, and that, I think, is a retirement. It's definitely a puncture. No, that's it. Oh man, he's destroyed an engine, a gearbox, and an ERS. And a chassis, a front wing, and a suspension. Well, luckily they're all old parts. They're not the new ones. He's left the underfloor, side pods, and rear wing alone. But yeah, Oscar's out. The loss of an engine is not good. What I can do, though, is I can now try and be a little bit more careful with Lawson. So if we stop pushing those quite so hard and see if we can switch him onto a two-stop soft strategy like that. We're going to go full harvest, save a ton of fuel.
Oh dear, a crash! There's been a crash!
And box him. This is the trouble when you push your driver hard like that. It just increases the chances of
now we can see what
of a mistake, and when their confidence is low, it just increases the chances of a mistake. And yeah,
within a split second, the impact's made, and that won't do the car any good at all.
Bad brakes do not help in situations like that either. Yeah, that's not good. The real expense though is the loss of engine parts. So aero parts, fine. You know, they're Gen 1 aero parts. They're getting replaced. That's not an issue, but that's definitely going to hurt. It was only a VSC, not a full safety. I didn't even realise that. Never mind. This is still, I think, the right move to make. But, disappointingly, we do not get a chance to set a time with Oscar for the pits. That's a good stop for Lawson though, 2.4. That's quicker than all of the stops in Bahrain. But it's certainly put us on the back foot as far as a decent finish tonight now. Because we're a bit of a distance off. We are 13 seconds off of Schumacher, although that might come down once we get back up to racing speed. And Schumacher himself is 10 seconds off the back of his teammate. Again, that might come down under racing speeds, but yeah, we're way off the back of the Bottas train. So technically it would be the Hulkenberg train, wouldn't it? It does reinforce the need for us to improve our brakes though. We're going to get a little bit of an improvement with our suspension. That's going to give us some gains in the brake cooling, but we are definitely going to need to do a very brake heavy front wing, I think.
VSC ending.
Copy.
DRS enable.
Alright, back up to speed.
So let's lean on these tyres.
Yeah, copy that.
No saving required.
Copy.
So we can't really push these tyres, but they're a faster compound than what we were on, so hopefully we won't need to. Piastri went straight on at the end of Sector 2 and did quite substantial damage. He destroyed the gearbox and then dropped the ERS and engine down to about 20% and wiped out a chassis, a suspension and a front wing in the process. Don't read too much into that sudden massive improvement in lap time for Lawson. He was at racing speed on that last lap for longer because he had more bit to do, which is why he's 2 seconds quicker. This is going to be the lap that really determines what his pace is like compared to everyone else. His confidence is at a good rate though, so that is one thing in his favour, but it will gradually degrade over time back to its starting level unless he can start getting personal best sectors and overtakes, etc. If our pace is slow here, I'm going to cry. So Mick did a 134 on his last lap. 132s for everyone in front on softs. Lawson 133.0. That's okay. That's comparable to Bottas and Tsunoda and Magnussen. But actually, no, that's not good because they're on very worn softs and warm mediums. Ah, dear. We don't have any DRS though. Yeah, it's not ideal. But we have taken a second and a half out of Mick. So, yeah, it's going to be a long evening.
You've got energy?
Yeah, copy.
One thing's for certain, this is a very hard start to Season 2. Hardcore mode has got teeth, and they are biting my ass right now. Wanted 2.6, nearly 2 seconds quicker than Schumacher. We should close on him pretty quickly if we can keep that pace going. Another 3 or 4 laps. and then it's a big gap to the cars in front. Do I see any way out of this? Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting great pace tonight because of what happened last night. But as I say, we've got a new suspension in manufacturing right now and 4 more new parts on the way, which should all give us nice little boosts. Just a question as to how much of a development boost the rest of the grid's going to take. We will make progress this year. It's just a question as to how much progress and how quickly.
We need to focus on the energy now.
But this race is a write-off, I think. Jeddah is one of those circuits that does throw up safety cars on a fairly regular basis, though, so I am hopeful that we can maybe still do something with Lawson. In fact, there's a yellow flag right now. Alonso running wide. That doesn't help us.
Keep watching Alonso with this one. Oh, we've seen a few go off the track there, but all being well and fingers crossed.
Doesn't even hurt Alonso. I think he stayed in the DRS there. But this is definitely the level of challenge that I wanted. Well, maybe not quite this. Maybe not quite this much of a challenge, but I definitely wanted a challenge. And it's definitely delivering. Got to work on our facilities this year. That will help us next year. But yeah, we've got to actually get through the year first. On Schumacher that last lap. Looks like he might be upping his pace a little bit. What's the rest of the grid doing? 134 for Hulkenberg, 33.9 for Bottas. So we are still closing them down. Quicker than Yuki, quicker than Magnussen. Sainz up to 10th. And now in a queue with Gasly and Norris. They're doing 132.9s. They're only a couple of tenths faster than us. Williams are pushing. Alonso in the pits. And so is Russell, actually. Russell coming in. And now Norris as well. So we're going to start to see a lot of activity. This will actually bring cars back towards Lawson. And medium tyres. So that'll be to the end for Alonso and Norris, who's held for Russell, who's also going to the end. Hamilton has boxed to the end as well, and he's jumped Norris. Norris really suffering in that round of pit stops there. And they're still going to get out before we get there. We're going to get there before Schumacher gets there. He's back to 134.2, 1.7 seconds faster again. Trouble is, those cars that have just boxed, while they're on mediums at the moment, they are going to be pushing hard for the next couple of laps. So they're going to sprint away. And with Russell leading that group of 3, they're going to be very quick. At least Hulkenberg has already dropped off the back of Alonso. So he's not going to get a tow anymore anyway. And Alonso making his move on Magnussen, he's already through there. Bottas makes a move on Hulkenberg. Magnussen, well, Hulkenberg has the DRS. Gasly's in now. going to the end. We've got a yellow flag. We've got a safety car. Ooh, now everybody who has yet to box is going to box. So Ocon is out. I don't know what happened to him, but we'll have a look in a minute. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that is a very broken car parked on the corner there. Let's see. Everybody who hasn't just boxed is about to box. All of them.
And we've had a crash on track.
Nearly back-ended Stroll there.
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage...
This is going to close the field up for us. Schumacher boxes. Unfortunately, we are going to stay right at the back here.
Watch your delta.
Okay.
Make sure you work on the brakes, keep the fronts in.
We'll be ahead of Schumacher, but that's it. Everyone else in front,
Copy that.
who is yet to stop, will pit under safety car speeds, so they'll get out but ahead of us. That is frustrating. I am seriously considering boxing again under the safety car. We're going to be at the back of the grid anyway. Everyone else will be going to the end. We'll have to fight our way through and then stop again. I don't know if that's going to be a viable thing. Let's just see the flurry of activity going to the pits here. Alonso is going to not regain the lead here. Maybe soft tyres will be our best chance of staying with some of these cars in front. It does mean we'll have to stop again. I don't know what to do. I'm going to stay out. Maybe we'll get lucky and jump a car here or two because of the chaos in the pit lane. We're ahead of Hulkenberg. We're going to get ahead of Joe. Hulkenberg's had an issue.
So Hulkenberg pulled in.
Oh, he got held as well.
We see the issue occur here.
Yeah, Magnussen got held, which slowed down Hulkenberg, and then he had an issue as well. So a double penalty there, effectively, for Hulkenberg. Well, the worst we can do is finish 18th. Well, hopefully we can finish higher than Magnussen, Joe and Schumacher. I don't know if those hard tyres will have enough pace to be any kind of competitive. If we can get another safety car around the time that Lawson's going to make his next stop, that would be a godsend. Going to end up with a lot of spare fuel, but it burns off very quickly, so we'll be pushing all the way to the end in terms of fuel. So, just to reiterate, everybody there is now going to the end except for us. We will be stopping again. No way we could take these cars to the end in any way, any kind of competitive shape.
Okay, mate, copy.
But if I can be careful with these tyres, I can hopefully grab a couple of places. And give myself a little bit more option with the second set of softs. This safety car is certainly going to help with tyre wear for Lawson. If you're unsure about running in hard mode, I would recommend running hard mode for racing and maybe just normal for development. Hard mode racing definitely makes the racing more fun, but it makes development really tough, as we are witnessing. Right, safety car may well be in at the end of this lap. Fuel is getting up there. We've got a full battery. We are just going to go for it on the restarts. Confidence is at starting level. We won't go lower than that unless we start failing overtakes or getting overtaken. Disappointed to have lost Piastri so soon. I know what he's capable of in a car that's decent. Unfortunately, our car is not decent.
Copy, box.
No saving required.
Copy.
And energy is available.
Copy.
Make sure you get a good restart. You're racing from the control line.
Right, can we jump Albon into turn 1? If we do, that gives us an opportunity to have a crack at Magnussen. Oh man, yeah, acceleration issues are definitely still issues.
Back off now.
Yeah, copy that.
Let's just see if I can wait out
Focus on
the
bringing
next
the
lap
pack
or
back
two.
up.
Yeah, copy.
Try and use the battery when we're in a position to actually capitalise. I think I'm going to have to keep switching it on and off, just to make sure I don't drop out of range.
Use energy now.
Copy.
This isn't going well.
Do everything you can, mate.
Well, blitzed away from Hulkenberg and Schumacher. Oh, another yellow flag. That's a VSC.
Big shunt. Caution. Debris.
Alonso's out. Ooh. Oh, that's a big hit.
Yeah.
And while all that was happening,
Nah, I mean, I could box now, but
Stay as close to the delta.
it's going to drop
as
us way off the back of the train. It's better for us to stay out there, I think. Cool the tyres down,
you need to focus on
rebuild the
getting back up.
battery, and
Copy.
see what else happens. In the DRS will kick in immediately once we go back to green flag, so with everyone's so close together, it makes sense to just try and stick it out until our scheduled stop. Well, that's 14th we're up to now, so the worst we can do is 17th. We're going to gradually get a top 15 position purely through attrition here. Let's stick with Sargent. We're not going to be upgrading by choosing Bestie or an academy driver. We might as well just stick with Sargent.
That's your safety car ending.
Copy.
Energy is available.
Copy.
DRS in.
Right, can we get a good launch here? Get back in the range? I don't think we can. Oh no, we can't. Ugh. We are getting close to our pit window though, so we can push these tyres now pretty much until we box.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
Right, we're going to make a move on Albon here. It looks like he's just playing a little bit of possum.
Use energy.
Okay, copy.
Got caught napping a little bit there on the restart. It's giving us an opportunity. I don't want him
We need
to
to focus on the energy now.
Yeah, copy.
get the DRS off us, which is why I deliberately slammed the anchors on the battery there.
Use energy.
Now we're going to go full deploy. Yeah, we're through. There we go. 13th. Woo! Getting a nosebleed this time at the table. But we're also close to peak confidence. If we can get past Bottas,
So take it easy.
Copy that.
that will be peak confidence, and then that will set us up nicely
Just focus on charging.
for the new tyres.
Okay, mate, copy.
We can push more.
Copy.
Albon's going to try and come back at us in a minute.
Focus forward.
They're going to have to hammer these tyres, I think, just to stay ahead. Oh, here comes Albon again. All right, let's let him get the line first. We'll take the DRS.
You can use energy.
Oh, he got it as well.
Copy.
All right, can we hold the line here on the inside? The launch. Just about. We are fat with fuel. I don't think we'll burn all that off before the end of the race. Valtteri. I'd say mocking Valtteri at the beginning might come back to bite me. He's ahead of us. Just so close now to peak confidence.
Use everything.
Okay.
No energy.
space left in the tyres to get past Valtteri unless he drops behind out of range of Magnussen. And even then, with the pressure we're under from Albon, we might not actually be in a position to capitalise. Yeah, we're out of range.
Use energy.
Yeah, copy that.
I think I'm going to go ahead and box this lap. Try and protect that level of confidence.
Box, box.
If
Yeah,
we
copy
can.
that.
Alright, so our work is definitely cut out for us now. Oh, it's a bad stop. Oh, God damn it! It's an extra 3 seconds or so that we've just lost.
Clear on exit. Need to look after the
If we get another
tyres.
full safety car now, though, it's really going to set us up nicely because no one else is going to box and it'll bring us right back onto the rest of the field. Although it is going to give us way too much fuel. Let's get these tyres up to temp nice and quick. My aim is to try and get ahead of Schumacher and Hulkenberg. I think Hulkenberg's going to get past Schumacher anyway. Let's have a look. He's on mediums. He doesn't have great pace at the moment though, and he is struggling. And the longer he stays tucked up like this, the quicker his tyres are going to burn out. Yeah, going to go for a top 15 finish. If we can.
Keep looking after these tyres.
Copy.
Still have no idea how quick our pit stop was, our first pit stop, compared to the rest of the field. We did a 2.4, which is, I say, quicker than all of the stops at Bahrain, but I don't know if that's going to be quick enough here. Should be for, you know, top 4 place, I hope. It'd be nice to win the fastest pit stop here, considering we've only got one car that's taking part. 131.8 for Schumacher and Hulkenberg. 131.4. We're only gaining 4/10. Although we didn't have full battery on the last lap. This lap should be a little bit quicker. We will have enough charge for a full lap. Actually going to go into neutral. which will give us the full 2 kilojoules. Or is it megajoules? It's megajoules. We'll have the full 2 megajoules for deployment rather than just 1.8. It might help us close up a little bit. Tyre temps are up because we've got a heavy car. Oh, that's a mistake. Is that turn 2?
Yellow flag ahead.
Copy.
It is. It's a crash for Sonoda. Yeah, that's very clumsy.
And for the crew watching on in the garage, that really must have been a hard one to take.
And that will have damaged his car, I think. Might not be much, but have a look. Yeah, he's actually lost a chunk of his front wing. So that's going to hurt him very badly. We should see him slow in comparison to the cars in front, theoretically. He kept pace better than I thought he would through that first sector. But expect to see him boxing to change that front wing. His tyres have kind of escaped. And he's actually closing on Hulkenberg, which I can't quite get my head around, even with a big chunk of his wing missing. I mean, it's not a high downforce circuit, maybe that's playing into it a little bit, but you're going to box. Yes, he is. Alright, so we will overtake Sonoda. We're up to 16th. Woo! We're only 1 place away from our target of 15th. Only closing in a little bit on the cars in front. And we are wearing out the tyres a little faster than I'd like. Going to go back into the top up. It doesn't really seem to be helping us in neutral. I'd rather gradually build that battery back up so we can splurge it. Schumacher did push on the last lap. I thought he was pushing a little bit. He did a 31.2. Hulkenberg a 32.1. So we took 7 tenths out of Hulkenberg. consistently. I still maintain, even though we are again struggling for pace, that we are not too far away from having a semi-competitive car. I really hope that those next upgrades that we've got in the works will give us that push forward that we need to bring us closer to the cars in front. We're just struggling at the moment to have quite enough downforce, so we're losing pace through the corners. We've got a little bit too much drag, and we are still struggling with dirty air performance. But all of those issues are being addressed with the next set of upgrades. So you know, there's hope there at the moment. We'll go up to his pace a little bit. Schumacher's slowing down again. Tsunoda is coming for us. And we are closing. Still. Not quickly enough. Welcome, Funny Shorts. Thank you for the kind words. A little look further up the field. So with Alonso out, Stroll is the one who's taking the fight to Perez right now. Two Ferraris are scrapping amongst each other, and then Norris up in sixth, heading up a nice little train there of Russell, Gasly, Hamilton and Magnussen. Difference a mid-season, a winter break makes for the McLarens. There goes Russell. Can he fight back with DRS? Turn 1. Yes, he can. Just about holds the position. How's our tyre wear doing? Slightly below the line, but that's okay. Just means that we can't really push the tyres any harder than we are doing at the moment if we want to have some grip at the end. We are getting some battery back in the car though, so I can start to splurge that. Yuki's got the gap down to just 5.5 seconds now. We're not really closing on Hulkenberg. In fact, we're actually slightly slower on that last lap. It's a rough lap for Lawson. The tyres degrading too much. Schumacher and Hulkenberg pushing again. Lawson back to regular speed there, 1:31.4. Again, a second faster than us on it last night.
Use energy.
Copy.
They're going to end up with way too much fuel in the car. We've still got over 5 kilos more than we need with just 9 laps to go. Well, Hulkenberg is now on the charge, trying to close back up to Schumacher.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
I think we're going to catch Hulkenberg. I'm not sure we can hold off Tsunoda either. I am going to get one of my cars to the finish. I hope. So we made no guarantees whatsoever. There is a chance of the fastest lap. What tyres have I got left? 92% softs. I'm wondering if it's worth us just seeing if we can get it on the final last couple of laps. For the extra couple of £100,000. Yeah, we are not closing on Hulkenberg. Schumacher's pushing as well, and yeah. I think it might be worth trying. See if we can steal it away from Max. Let's start building the battery up.
Bring the pack up.
Okay, copy.
Push a bit more.
Copy.
Hulkenberg finally gets past. Which is bad news for us because he should be quicker than Schumacher. So theoretically he will drag Schumacher along with him onto the back of Valtteri and further away from us. So yeah, going for the fastest lap is the only thing really left now that makes any kind of sense. Just to see if we can get that financial boost. Definitely going to be putting some money into a new front wing after this race, if we can afford it. I'll make sure I've got money to buy parts if anything's due to finish. I don't think anything else is going to finish before Melbourne.
To go.
Copy that.
Go for 2 flying laps, I think. Try and build the confidence up with some faster sectors on the first lap and then go full deployment on the second lap. And the bonuses we're getting aren't bad, but it'd be nice for them to be a bit higher. Two are gradually eking up onto the back of Valtteri, who is going to finish ahead of me. I shouldn't have mocked him at the start.
Five laps to go. Box.
Copy box.
who knows? We may also get a blisteringly quick lap, pit stop out of this as well. Although I doubt it.
Good to push.
Copy.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Yeah, copy.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Okay, copy.
Back off now.
Copy that.
Yes, I managed to avoid giving Yuki the DRS. It's silly, it's petty, but it's, it's all I can do to amuse myself now. Alright, 2.6, not a quick stop. But we've already said it, 2.4, so we've just got to hang our hat on that and hope it's going to be quick enough. Alright, nice little confidence boost.
Use energy.
Yeah, copy, copy.
There we go then, fast slap attempt. We've got no DRS. But we still went purple in the final sector. This is the fastest our car is going to be at any point in this Grand Prix. And theoretically should be faster than most of the cars in front, if not all of them. Will definitely be the quickest car on track at the end of this lap. It's a question of whether it'll be the quickest overall. It's green in the first sector. It's not purple, but then I didn't think we would go purple. Another personal best. I don't know if this is going to be fastest lap worthy. Has given us an extra point or two on our boosts. Can we get it? Can we get it? No. Yes. Yes, we can. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Just 1:29.3. Right, let's have a look. What was the fastest lap before that? A 1:29.9. So, yeah, I think we've got it. We've just boosted our cornering by another point as well. Gone even faster in the first sector. We're going to run out of battery at the end of the lap though. So I don't think this will be a faster lap overall. Whoa, hello. We've gone purple in the middle. And now we're out of battery. Ah, damn it.
Okay, mate, copy.
We ran out a little bit earlier than I thought we would. I was hoping we'd have a little bit for the final corner. Oh, it was even quicker. A 1:28.7. Wow. Okay. Beautiful stuff. And that's it. Max has crossed the line and won the Grand Prix. He did a 1:29.7. Our fastest lap was a second faster than his fastest lap, which was his final lap. Oh, that felt good. So, that lessens the heartache of how bad our race has been by showing that in the right circumstances we have got a little bit of pace. Not a huge amount, but some. And there we are across the line.
And that will definitely be a day to forget for the Tauri driver.
Well, I think most people expected them to really deliver here, but it's a disappointing finish outside the points.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
But not a
That
fastest
gives
lap.
them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
Stroll did get on the podium, but
And
couldn't
finally
get past
now the
Perez.
drivers can relax after an eventful weekend at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And down there in the AlphaTauri garage, Karun, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
They'll be disappointed. Neither driver really shone here, it has to be said, and there's quite a bit of work to be done, but they'll be well aware of that.
Oh yeah, I am well aware of that, Karun.
Okay then, and a big thank you to everyone for joining us this weekend here in Jeddah.
And for the next round, Formula One is heading down under. Exciting times ahead in Australia on the shores of the Albert Park Lake.
So, confirmation of the final result. Max wins from Perez, then Stroll. Sainz, another strong recovery. Finishes in 4th place, up 11. Just like he did in Bahrain, he fought his way back from a terrible qualifying. Hamilton gaining 6 places, although some of that, has to be said, has to be helped by the fact that the two Alpine, well, not the two Alpines, sorry, Ocon, Piastri and Alonso all failed to finish. Well, not so much Oscar, but certainly Alonso and Ocon will have helped with that. Bottas up 7 places from the back of the grids. Schumacher up 4. Lawson gets the final lap, the fastest lap, but of course, because we're outside the points, we do not get the point for the fastest lap. Driver standings, Perez is top, just over Max. Then Lance moves up into 3rd place ahead of Sainz. Alonso drops 2 places to 5th. Leclerc up 2 to 6th. Ocon down 3. Russell down 1. Norris up 1. Hamilton down 1. Magnussen up 4 places, did not get in the points, but positional countback has moved him ahead of everyone else who has yet to score. Lawson moves up a place by virtue of the fact that he's the only one to have finished out of our 2 drivers at any point this season. It's not really saying much, is it? Red Bull top of the Constructors' Championship, stretching their legs again. Aston in 2nd, 2 points ahead of Ferrari in 3rd. Mercedes up to 4th ahead of Alpine. Then McLaren. Williams jumping above Haas with a point. And then it's Alfa Romeo and Alfa Tauri. We did not get the fastest pit stop, but we did get 3rd. So that helps. But it's a 1-2 for Red Bull. That's big points for them. And that sees them take the lead in the pit stop competition. 7 points ahead of us. But we do have a little bit of a cushion back to Alpine and Ferrari. So that's all good. And yeah, there you see, a 2.43, our quickest stop. Not quick enough tonight, but still pretty quick. And in terms of sponsors, we got 2.9, just well, a fraction under 3 mil there. We got the fastest lap bonus of 196 grand. Very nice. Plus, we also got our quali targets of a car in Q2 and one in the top 15. So, yeah, nice little bit of extra cash for us there. And that is where we're going to end it for tonight, because I am absolutely bursting for the loot, and so I don't want to spend the next 10 minutes doing stuff. We will be back tomorrow, usual time, 8 p.m. GMT. And we'll see whether we can get a suspension on the car for Australia. If not, it'll be another race just like the one we had. But we'll also try and get some more parts in development. We've got 4 mil. It's not enough to go intense on a front wing, but maybe I can do something with something else. We'll see. But yeah, that's all for tonight. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. As always, I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.